Hi guys, welcome back to the workshop. It's the day after our little incident yesterday with said model. Model's hasn't had a name yet. If you've watched the video, I'll put a video link up here as to our flying yesterday where this model hit the ground. It's had a parentage that's quite recognisable by this end here. It's quite a different model. It's had a working model of a Cossack, which was given to me by my dad for some unknown reason. So I'm going to refer to this model now as the Cossack until I can come up with something different for it. So this model hit the ground yesterday. Everything was going really well. I said you'll see in the other video, it was flying fine. Turned on to finals for a low pass and everything just locked out. Now, luckily the ground was like a bog. So although it hit relatively fast, I'd say sort of maybe medium speed, the wings were level, 45 degrees nose down, and it was in, again I don't know if you can see, it was in the ground up to about there, so probably an inch in front of the wing, and it literally just pulled out. Now, the only thing I see wrong at the front end at the moment with the engine is the prop's broken. I'm going to leave all that mud to thoroughly dry out in the workshop before I even contemplate pulling it all apart. It's a lot easier to pull off dry mud than it is to pull off wet mud. Dry mud comes off as big lumps and falls out. Dry mud smears everywhere. So this is a bit of a post-mortem, shall we say, on what we've got. I think it's going to be repairable. Worst case scenario is I've got another 3 laser cut part kits for this aeroplane. I'll build another one. I'm not worried about that. But if I can repair this, saves me having to build another one, great. Now, first of all, the wing. On initial inspection, there's no damage. I thought there's some damage up here because there's a lot of mud marks, but it's not. I don't think the wing actually hit the ground at all. The only thing we have got is on one of these, this one, the dowel is moving. So what I'll do is I'll straighten that up and inject some epoxy into that to secure it all up again. Other than that, I clean down and it's ready to fight another day, I think, the wing. The fuselage, again I'll try and get it so you can see it. The fuselage, the first thing I noticed when I went to get the model was the elevator pulled. The hinges have pulled out, which I thought was a bit odd. I don't think that was the cause of the crash because I had full control up until the point where it locked, and then it went in. It didn't change its pitch without control. No, it just locked out and carried on going in the same trajectory. So I think that's a symptom of the crash as opposed to a cause of the crash. I also noticed this morning that the rudder hinges are pulled as well, so that will all need to be re-glued. I'm wondering if the glue I've used has gone off or something like that and it hasn't glued properly. So for safety's sake, what I'll do is I'll bin that bottle of glue, open up a fresh bottle. Coming further forwards, there's no obvious damage until we get to about here. Now, what we've got is it's split. There's a former line here. It looks like it's split the side of the fuselage down and then the sheeting at the bottom. Sheeting at the bottom's not a problem because it's cross-grained, that'll just super glue back together. But here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the covering off here and just see what we've got. Covering can hide a multitude of sins. Inside the fuselage, most of these joints, fuselage joints and everything like that have all popped, the glue, but that should all fall back into place. You can see around here it's all moved. That whole thing, I don't know if you can see that moving there as I'm pressing it, but that should all come back together. Now, why did this happen? Short answer is I don't know, but I'm tending to think it might have been this little thing in here. You can probably see by the colour of what it is. I'm not going to mention it or anything. I think it's that. So again, that receiver is going to be put into the bench test only box and use it literally just for testing on the bench. I won't fly with it again. I've got a couple of other receivers like that, exactly the same model, which I might well give a thorough testing on the bench, and maybe just using like foamies or something like that that's flying a lot closer in. I don't think it was a range problem because I was flying further out before I lost control of the model. I've got a funny feeling it locked out, so it's either a power issue or something with the electronics of the model itself. One other thing I'm going to do, which I haven't done yet, I've literally just pulled this out of the van just now, is I'm going to put the battery and switch on a load tester. So it puts, I think it's a 1 amp load onto the battery to see what it's reading. Again, everything there was new for that aeroplane, so it's not something I tend to do normally. I tend to have something that I know works before committing it, whether it be a new engine or a new receiver or whatever. I tend to have something else that's proven, so if it's a proven engine or a proven receiver, if there's an incident I can eliminate it. But now I'm sort of fighting in the wind because it's all new. I'm leaning towards the receiver being the problem, just because of what happened. It's not a that is the problem, it's just my initial inkling. So I'm going to load check the battery to make sure that's all alright. If that could throw up, it's lost a cell or something like that, under load it's failing. So in that case, that battery will get tossed and a new battery for it. So the only thing I'm going to do from now is I'm just going to leave it in the warm to thoroughly dry out. I might take a scalpel to the covering around here just to see what's there. But I think it should all go back together pretty well. So other than that, not much to report. Other things going on building wise, you've probably been following the other videos that I've been doing. But this is just an update on what happened yesterday. So if you like this sort of thing and like to follow my videos, click on the button down here. My face should appear, I think, somewhere. Hit the bell, you get notifications then as to when I put a new video up. Give us some feedback, see what you think. All comments are gratefully received, positive or negative. I can only improve what I do. If there's anything you'd like to see me do, whether it be, Nick, how'd you do that? Or why'd you do that? Or how can I do this? Let me know, I'll see what I can do. Oh, just seeing it here, that's the other damage, undercarriage, but it's on nylon bolts. So they're designed to shear off on a heavy landing. This was a bit heavier than a heavy landing. So yeah, that's where we are. I might come back at some point in the future once I've got this all fixed up and let you know how it's going on. So I'll catch you all later.